Hi, everyone. My name is Elisabeth Hock. I'm Associate Professor of German and at Wayne State University and Program Director of the Junior Year in Munich program. And this presentation is to tell you about JYM and give you a sense of what a year on the program looks like. So we have been sponsored by Wayne State University since 1953. We're the oldest US-based study abroad program in Europe and in Germany. Here's a picture of our first group from 1953. Way back then, students were already hanging out at the Hofbräuhaus. This was a group from the early 1980s. Right before COVID, unfortunately, we had to bring a group back in the middle of their stay, or right when COVID was starting. Our first group back on the ground when things were starting to open up was a group of 2 students. And now we're back running full year and full semester programs. This was from last May, a trip that we took to Prague, and this is the full year group of the 2023-2024 cohort. We offer full year and semester programs. We run on the German academic calendar. That means that the first semester goes from September to mid-February, and second semester goes from March, early April to mid-July. That's preceded by a 3-week orientation session. You also have the option, it's separate from JYM fees, of taking an intensive language course before you start the program that has the advantage of getting you on the ground a month early. We start off with an orientation program, help you to get your bearings. You learn about the fabulous public transportation system in Munich. We introduce you to different institutions in Munich, such as the Amerika House, which has a longstanding relationship with the United States. There's a Munich by night tour. There are trips to the Englische Garten. There are hikes. And our orientation sessions always end with a Bavarian dance lesson so that you can learn a few dances from the different festivals that take place in Bavaria in the fall and then again in the springtime. You are provided single room apartments, either in an area called Studentenstadt or Ollendorf. Right now, most of the students, all of our students are staying in Ollendorf. Here's a picture of some students moving in. This is a picture of Ollendorf. It was initially built in the 70s for the 1972 Olympics. There are bungalows down here on the bottom, which are single room apartments. You can actually paint the outside if you like. And then this high-rise building is also student housing, and we have students in both places. Here's a picture of the bungalows. This is a famous bungalow. It has Dennis guest lifts. Everybody who's lived in it has signed their name to it. And here's a picture of the inside of the apartments. There are gathering places for students at Ollendorf. You're very close to the Munich Olympic Stadium. There are concerts there in the summer. People like to sit up on the hill above the stadium, and you can hear the concerts for free, or you can get the tickets and hear them yourself. There's a big festival in Studentenstadt every summer called the Stustaculum, where there's a lot of food, drink. It's a lot of fun for students. So you're set up, again, single room apartments, but you're living with other Germans and with other international students. So JYMers are not by themselves, but they're integrated into the student community in Munich. You are enrolled with the junior year in Munich, and you're also enrolled at the Ludwig-Maximilian-Universität in Munich, and you may take classes there at everything at the undergraduate level. It's a beautiful university. And then we have our own institute, which is very centrally located near Königsplatz, and we offer junior year in Munich language and culture classes. They're taught all in German, but they're aimed at a US based audience. And we like to think of our institute as a transitional space which you can move through on your way to being fully integrated at the LMU, the Munich University. Again, it's a beautiful space. Students like to study there. These are our classrooms. There are guitars and a piano and a foosball table there. We have a lot of gatherings, holiday parties. We now have a fabulous, wonderful institute dog named Loki, who you will meet when you come to JYM. Our courses, again, the ones we teach at our institute, are all taught in German, and they take our students beyond the classroom. So we have a Green Germany class. This is a visit to an organic farm. An art in Munich class, class on Munich during National Socialism. We have a class in the summer that's associated with the Film Festival of Munich. So you get an overview of German film and then tickets to the film festival to review films on your own. We have, again, all of these classes are excursion-based, going to theaters. There are trips associated with the class. This was a trip to Berlin where we took a bike tour along the former boundaries where the Berlin Wall was. This was a trip to Eisenach to visit the Wartburg and also the Martin Luther Museum there. The assignments in classes are traditional assignments, but also creative assignments. Here was a page from a graphic novel, a film that a student made. You also have the opportunity to participate in and receive credits for internships, independent research and creative projects. This is always in our summer semester. You have and are able to take advantage of the libraries in Munich. Our internships are wide-ranging. This is just a few examples. A student had an internship with a political party. We have a long-standing relationship with the Max Joseph Stift, which is a girls' gymnasium, public high school. We have a relationship with Allianz, the insurance company. This was an internship at the European Games, an internship at a clinic, an internship at the Deutsches Museum, and an internship with the food logistics company, DHL. These change semester to semester. Successful internships depend on motivated students who are willing and able to show up on time. You do these together with taking a class, and in this class, we help you to develop your intercultural competence skills and also to develop a portfolio that you can later use when you're on the job market to tell people what you really learned, what skills you developed while you were abroad and on an internship in Germany. JYMers have time for free time, and we know that US students have very busy schedules, either working or they're involved in sports or activities on campus, student government, and there's time to explore Munich and the surrounding area. The cafes are fabulous. There's hockey, and everyone knows Bayern München. There's soccer games to go to, concerts to attend. We like to take the students Eisstockschießen, which is Bavarian curling. Ollendorf has a soccer team, which a lot of our students like to join in the summer. Skiing, the Alps are right there. It's very easy to hop on a train and go skiing for a day. And in the summer, then there are fabulous hiking opportunities. This group here went and got up very early to see the sunrise in the mountains. And in the summer, you can take advantage of the Englischer Garten. And this is pretty much where everybody is on hot days. We have holidays celebrations at the Institute, especially for the full year students. We do Thanksgiving every year. This group did a Thanksgiving football game. Like all of Germany and especially Bavaria, we participate in the Advent and Christmas traditions. This was a tour of Advent traditions in Munich. We have a tree in our institute every year with real candles, which are quite lovely. Bring your instrument with you. You can play a holiday concert for us. One year we took students to a nativity play, which was performed by children from the Bavarian countryside, all in Bavarian dialect. And then the Christmas markets in Munich range from the traditional to the non-traditional. This is the Pink Christmas Market sponsored by the LGBTQ community in Munich. And this was a Christmas market at Bahnwärter Thiel, which is a club venue in Munich. One thing that's really special about Munich is that it's both traditional and modern. And students get to know the Gemütlichkeit of Munich. This is a city center, Marienplatz, the Frauenkirche, which is a Wahrzeichen of Munich. A lot of students get dirndls and lederhosen, and we help you to find used ones that are fairly reasonably priced. The Viktualienmarkt is open all week long, but especially on Saturdays. It's a wonderful place to go shopping, get your fresh fruits and vegetables. There are smaller festivals like the Auer Duld, and there are also, of course, the large festivals like the Oktoberfest and the Frühlingsfest, which our students like to get to know. Munich is also a very hip and bustling and cosmopolitan city. It's much more diverse than its reputation. People like to surf in Munich on a part of the Isar River known as the Eisbach. Again, there's a film festival in Munich, and we like students to go to it and see the latest in film. This is the second largest film festival in Germany after the Berlin Film Festival, but it's much more accessible than the film festival in Berlin. You can actually get tickets to this one. There is modern architecture in Munich, especially in an area called the Werksviertel Mitte. And believe it or not, Munich is known for its graffiti scene. It's a diverse international city. You can get Döner here. You don't have to go to Berlin for them. If you are Black and need hair products, they're much more expensive in Munich, but you can get them. We still encourage you to bring your own with you. There is a big LGBTQ scene in Munich and a huge Christopher Street Day parade every summer. Big environmental movement. If you like to ride your bike, Munich is a fabulous biking city. All 4 seasons in Munich are spectacular. The fall, it's great for hiking. In the winter, again, there's the Bavarian curling. This was a trip to Neuschwanstein. There's skiing. Already on the very earliest spring days, students are playing volleyball in the Englischer Garten. The flowers start to bloom a little bit later in the Alps. And our students visit the museums and monuments of Munich and the surrounding area. This is the BMW Museum. This was the site of the first synagogue in Munich, the Glyptothek, the antiquities collection. If you have seen the movie Sophie Scholl or The White Rose, this is the monument to the White Rose protest movement at the LMU. Fabulous art exhibits throughout the city. This is my favorite museum, the Lenbach House, which houses expressionist art in Munich. JYMers like to travel. They travel on the weekends, and those who come for a year travel during the 2-month break between the semesters. This was a student trip to Berlin. This was in Prague. This is Nymphenburg, actually in Munich. You know where this one is. The student took a trip to Greece on her own. This is Istanbul, and this is a group of JYMers in Budapest. So all of Europe is your oyster when you participate in JYM. And the JYM experience concludes every year with a graduation ceremony. Students receive, if they participate in internships in our course, then they receive certificates of intercultural competence. And there are various other awards for academic achievement and for leadership and supporting others in the group. Also, there's one for most improved linguistic skills over the course of the semester or the year. This is our team in Munich. The person leading the show right now is Dr. Christina Weiler. She's our administrative director. Currently, Dr. Nicole Coleman is in Munich as the academic director. Patricia Thiel and Barbara Reis are the academic coordinators in Munich. Finn Wiens is our student assistant. He's a student at the Institute of Nordamerikanistik. And these are two of our instructors, Imke Gloth and Sommer Forschner. So they will be there to welcome you and support you during your time in Munich. We hope that you will join us. If you have any questions, please write to us at jym.wayne.edu, or you can write to me directly at lhock, LHOCK, @wayne.edu. Thank you very, very much, and we look forward to seeing you in Munich.